Dr. Voyan, a mysterious individual, has devised an innovative experiment in which he offers a reward of $5 million to couples who can endure 50 days inside a perfectly clean room. However, if one of them decides to leave, the prize money decreases to $1 million. In this secluded environment, there is no connection with the outside world and no form of entertainment aside from each other's presence. The couple participating in today's experiment is Mike and Kate, who believe that earning the money will be an effortless endeavor. Mike considers their discovery of this opportunity as fortunate, while Kate perceives it as a second chance they rightfully deserve. Although Kate suggests dividing the prize money to make their time in the room more manageable, Mike finds the idea incredibly dull. He envisions a future filled with parties and enjoyment, without any financial concerns. As they listen to the AI voice reminding them of the rules, they begin to explore the immaculate surroundings. They quickly realize that the description of the room as immaculate was not an exaggeration, as everything is white, with only a bed, a bench, and a simple bathroom available. The rules permit them to use the bathroom individually, and they also notice a red button that serves as an exit option. Additionally, there is a touch screen where they can request treats, and a prominent clock positioned above the exit door, relentlessly counting down the remaining time they have in the experiment. The meals they receive are designed to meet their daily nutritional needs and are simply a tasteless white shake packaged in a white container. The room is equipped with automatic lights that change throughout the day to indicate morning, afternoon, evening, and bedtime. There is also a touch screen that allows them to set an alarm clock. While Mike plans to treat this as a vacation and sleep in, Kate sets an early alarm to maintain some semblance of routine. On their first night, Mike attempts to initiate intimacy with Kate, but she worries about being monitored by the professor. Despite her concerns, they proceed quietly under the covers. In the morning, Kate goes to the bathroom to look at herself in the mirror and recite positive affirmations to uplift her spirits and remind herself of her goals. After taking showers, they dispose of their clothes through the bathroom's laundry chute and receive plain pajamas in return, though these pajamas have some color at least. To occupy themselves, Kate speculates about the motives behind Voyan's experiment, so Mike tells her about a documentary he watched regarding Voyan's previous experiment, which ended tragically for a working-class family. The reasons behind Voyan's actions remain unknown, but it is known that he has significant wealth and enjoys putting people in unique situations due to his fascination with the human condition. They soon find themselves struggling to keep themselves entertained. Kate enjoys meditating while Mike tends to focus on the clock, occasionally delving into philosophical discussions about various topics, such as the symbolism of the color white or the proper direction for brushing teeth. Kate reminds Mike to stay focused and not obsess over the clock, but it's challenging for him to maintain a positive mindset when he's struggling with sleep. Despite this, Kate maintains her routine of positive affirmations and keeping the bed made, and tries to lift Mike's spirits. When Kate meditates, Mike engages in physical activity, like running. Together, they play games like hand clapping, Marco Polo, or dance. They receive new, identical pairs of pajamas every time they change out of their dirty ones. However, something unusual happens after a few weeks. Mike discovers a bug that has entered their room. He tries to feed it some of their meal shake, but the AI voice intervenes, reminding them that food is only for the contestants' consumption. Concerned for the bug's survival, Mike requests a way to release it, promising he doesn't want to leave. Kate explains that the speaker through which the AI voice comes out doesn't seem to be two-way, and that she's already tried. Mike decides to push the button to open the door. This causes a disagreement because Kate is certain that pressing the button will result in their loss, even if Mike doesn't actually leave and only extends his hand for a silly bug. Once Mike sets the insect down, he informs Kate that the bug is a living creature and criticizes her lack of compassion, leading Kate to accuse him of being patronizing because she isn't vegan like him. As the argument escalates, Kate eventually reveals her belief that Mike is only vegan to upset his affluent father who provided him with everything he needed, thus never experiencing any hardship, and now he wants to gain artistic credibility through street art. Kate attempts to walk away from the conversation, but unintentionally steps on the bug, causing Mike to doubt her claim that it was an accident and her subsequent apology. Mike spends the rest of the day sulking in a corner until he finally decides that doing nothing is detrimental to his well-being. Since they are each allowed 2 treats, Mike is determined to ask for one, even if it means deducting $100,000 from their prize. Kate disagrees, but Mike asserts that he doesn't require her permission, and ultimately chooses a single green crayon as his treat. It may not be much, but at least now Mike can use it for his artwork on the walls. After observing him draw for a while, Kate requests that he draw her, and Mike agrees. However, he refuses to create realistic portraits because he finds them uninteresting, preferring to adhere to his own artistic style, causing Kate to lose interest in being his model. Mike continues to draw until all the crayons are depleted, which angers Kate as he stains the bathroom and leaves a towel filled with green marks on the floor. Later, Kate apologizes for her behavior and admits that this situation is more challenging than she initially thought. However, they take solace in the fact that they only have 20 days remaining. The following days pass with a sense of monotony until one morning, Kate wakes up to discover a gun in the bathroom. Fearful of examining its loaded status and disturbed by its presence, they decide to hide it under the bed since the AI prohibits placing non-clothing items in the laundry chute. Eventually, the couple is granted Connect time as a reward, which allows them to view messages from their loved ones. Mike receives a message from his sister updating him about their parents, but she also mistakenly believes that he is no longer dating Kate. Seeing his sister's message fills Mike with joy, but Kate is overwhelmed and panics when her father, now residing in a homeless shelter, appears on the screen. Despite her pleas, the video continues to play, prompting Kate to seek refuge behind the bathroom entrance to cry. Mike rushes to comfort her, spending the night clinging to his girlfriend. The next morning, Kate remains in bed throughout the day, consumed by depression, and disregards the alarm announcing the morning. When Mike expresses his concerns, Kate admits that she hasn't seen her father in many years and always lied to Mike about his identity because she felt ashamed of her dad's behavior. Her father's excessive drinking caused financial problems, hindering her chances of leading a normal life. Despite having just over 2 weeks left, Kate remains in bed while Mike tries to find ways to entertain himself, such as smudging crayon drawings or reading the label on his pajamas using different emotions. He attempts to make Kate eat by joking about the food, but his efforts prove futile. In an attempt to comfort her, he joins her in bed, but even that doesn't work. Occasionally, Mike chooses to sleep on the floor for a change of scenery. One morning, he tries to convince Kate to indulge in a treat, but she refuses due to the cost. Mike becomes increasingly frustrated and expresses doubts about continuing their situation, which finally motivates Kate to get out of bed. Before taking a shower, she instructs Mike to enjoy his second treat, even if it costs a hefty amount. Surprisingly, when Mike does so, a naked woman named Simone enters the room. Simone is unaware of the project and is merely an actress who was hired for a gig that involved signing numerous non-disclosure agreements. Despite being booked for a month, her agent informed her that she will likely only be staying for 24 hours. Kate is not fond of her presence and convinces Mike to give her his shirt so that Simone can have some coverage. Simone admires Mike's artwork and compliments it, even identifying the influences, which angers Kate even more. As night falls, Mike offers to sleep on the floor while the girls take the bed. Simone offers to stay awake while they sleep. Kate is irritated by their attempt at politeness and suggests they all share the bed as long as she sleeps in the middle. That night, it is Kate who struggles to fall asleep. In the morning, Kate doesn't find Simone in the bed and assumes she has left, but Simone is actually in the bathroom. Unable to handle the situation any longer, Kate decides to have a treat and receives a small box with 3 enjoyable candies. Kate immediately takes one and offers one to Simone, but Mike hesitates before accepting one. The 3 of them start dancing and moving around the room, sharing a few kisses as well. However, after some time, Mike starts experiencing a negative hallucinogenic trip, seeing blood everywhere and dreaming that he is underwater with his younger brother falling alongside him. The women bring Mike back to reality, but he continues to panic and requests to leave while mentioning something about Sean and drowning. Kate has to escort him back to bed and console him until he falls asleep. Afterward, Simone inquires about the topic Mike had been discussing, and Kate reveals that Mike's younger brother Sean drowned in the family's pool while Mike was supposed to be watching him, which still fills Mike with guilt. Mike had been under the influence at the time of the incident, which adds to his remorse and explains his reluctance to accept the candy. Kate recalls the day they met, remembering how Mike came to her aid on a rainy day, offering to catch all the raindrops so she wouldn't get wet. When Mike awakens, Simone shares that she lost her mother at a young age, and the two bond over their shared grief. Simone takes Mike's hand to comfort him, and Kate becomes upset, assuming Simone is trying to steal her boyfriend. Simone calls out Kate's behavior, pointing out that Kate's insecurity is the root of her attitude. An argument ensues, and Mike yells at them to stop before walking away. Kate attempts to apologize, admitting that her reaction was likely unfounded, but Simone continues to fan the flames, suggesting that it might have been something. The following morning, Mike is feeling unwell, but Kate is preoccupied with other matters. Simone has left, but she has left a message on the wall in green crayon, thanking Mike for a wild night. Kate becomes hysterical, refusing to listen to Mike's explanations that he didn't do anything and that this is another instance of the room playing a trick on them. In a fit of rage, Kate shoves Mike to the ground, causing him to hit his head and start bleeding. Mike distances himself from her, reminding her that he's never been unfaithful, even when she moved to New York, and that he's made sacrifices for her, such as giving up his social circle and not finishing college. Despite this, all he gets in return is jealousy. Kate becomes tearful and apologizes profusely, but their conversation is cut short when Mike starts feeling lightheaded from his injury. Believing he needs medical attention, Mike suggests seeing a doctor, but Kate instead offers him a meal shake to boost his blood sugar and tends to his wound with a towel, citing their contract's lack of provision for medical intervention. Mike is taken aback by Kate's response and begins to question her concern for his well-being. Although his wound turns out to be minor and eventually stops bleeding, he's terrified of what might have happened if it had been more severe, and he realizes that their relationship has been corrupted by their focus on money. Disillusioned with their situation, Mike decides to leave and invites Kate to join him in starting fresh. Kate, however, refuses and points out that it is easy for him to speak that way because he has always had money. She goes as far as retrieving a gun to threaten him into staying. Nevertheless, Mike disregards her actions and presses the button, ultimately leaving the room just a few days before achieving victory. After a period of idleness and distress, Kate notices a raindrop drawing on the wall, which inspires her to consider her own options as only 2 days remain. Several months later, Mike, now single, is out for a run when he spots Kate exiting a building. Having not seen each other since their time in the room, they decide to take a walk to catch up and chat. However, when Mike asks Kate whether she left the room or won, she skillfully avoids answering the question. Regardless, she does apologize for what had transpired. As they walk away, it is revealed that the building they were in front of is a homeless shelter, which bears a plaque acknowledging an anonymous donation that helped construct a new kitchen. Meanwhile, in the pristine room, a new couple arrives to embark on the challenge. Please like and subscribe to see more movies like this. Thanks for watching.